Tonight on Whip City Weekly, the elections are right around the corner and there's still time to register. We have those details for you here.
Anthony George is back with a review of Apple's latest iPhone.
And Wilson Beblin has a special preview of an upcoming production of Legally Blonde. All that and more when Whip City Weekly starts right now. Thank you for tuning in to Whip City Weekly. I'm Joe Meehan.
And I'm Darcy Fortune.
Welcome back to the third season of Whip City Weekly.
For any new viewers to our program, Whip City Weekly is a student-run news magazine show covering happenings in and around the Whip City.
Westfield celebrated their 8th annual Colonial Harvest Day on Saturday, September 29th. This year, there were 55 different vendors and exhibitions for festival goers to enjoy. These included homemade baked goods, Colonial games and crafts, live music, and of course, lots of fresh produce. Westfield on Weekends President Robert A. Plass talked about the success of 2012's Harvest Day, stating, "This is our best year ever." Members of the Westfield Elks voted unanimously last week to accept into their lodge members of the West Springfield Elks, which closed on October 2nd. The merger will add 176 new members to the Westfield Lodge, but is not expected to cause a drastic increase in costs. All activity of the group will continue to operate out of the Westfield Lodge on Franklin Street.
Are you registered to vote? If not, you may want to head down to the Westfield City Clerk's office by Wednesday, October 17th. The clerk's office will be open that day from 9 a.m. through 8 p.m. Not only can voters choose whom they would like to see as our next president, but they will also poll 3 questions specifically for Massachusetts residents dealing with motor vehicle repair information, prescribing medicine to end life, and the legalization of medical marijuana. For more information on registration and for more details of each question, please visit cityofwestfield.org. Roads being paved are no surprise to local residents, but how are the businesses coping with the long process? Our own Tom Durkee has this special report.
What goes up must come down. That seems to be the trend here in the Whip City as construction projects continue throughout the downtown area on Main Street, Elm Street, and the surrounding areas. We spoke with Westfield residents to see their feelings on the continuing construction.
I think it's going to help Westfield. I think that people are going to be able to get to work a lot easier, and the flow of traffic is going to improve, and they're putting more lanes in the road, so the traffic will flow more steady throughout, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning when people are on their way to work.
I think it will help when it's done eventually. It'll definitely help the flow of traffic through town. Right now it's a bit of a mess, but I think it will be an improvement.
Local businesses in the downtown area are also feeling the effects of the construction.
Well, we do have our ups and downs. Like some days we'll be busier and some days we won't. And sometimes like they'll park out in front, or like it'll be right in front.
Right.
We've only had to close a couple times, but sometimes, like I said, it gets busier. Like sometimes the construction workers will come in and they'll be like, "Oh, I told these people," and a lot of like family people come in too.
With the planned demolition of buildings on Elm Street like this one behind me, the city is well underway on improving not only its appearance, but also the quality of life for its citizens. In downtown Westfield, for Whip City Weekly, this is Tom Durkee.
On October 21st, residents from all over Western Massachusetts will be joining the fight against hunger by participating in one of 11 crop walks in the region. CROP stands for Communities Responding to Overcome Poverty. The walk raises money and awareness for people all around the world who have to walk for food and other basic necessities to live. This will be the 35th annual crop walk. For more information about the crop walk and how to get involved, call 413-583-8355 or go to www.cropwalkonline.org. When we return to Whip City Weekly, our tech expert is back with an unofficial review of the iPhone 5.
And we'll explain to students how they can receive special discounts on their groceries. We'll be right back.
Did you get a call from the coach about those kids who were caught drinking?
Not our guys. They know better.
Yeah, they know better.
Heads up, sport.
Real kids are curious about alcohol. 40% tried by the 8th grade. Talk early, talk often, get others involved.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit americansforthearts.org.
Welcome back. Westfield State students can now get a little more bang for their buck when shopping for groceries. Local supermarket Big Y is now letting students with a valid college ID sign up for their Silver Savings Club for free. The sign-up fee is usually $20 per year, but students won't have to spend a dime to start saving. A card is scanned at checkout that will give students extra savings on many eligible products throughout the store. To sign up, students should stop by either one of the Big Y locations in Westfield.
Big Y is also supporting the Partners of Hope campaign in stores this month. Partners of Hope works to improve breast cancer awareness and raise funds by selling pink ribbons and pink reusable shopping bags for $1, as well as donating a small percentage of proceeds from their meat, produce, and floral departments to the cause. So show your support this month by donating, informing others, or simply wearing pink. Every small step makes a big difference. Westfield State students are more eager than ever to get in shape this year. Thanks to the new campus center in Ely, students now have a 2-floor wellness center, including an aerobics room, a free weight area, cardio machines, and strengthening machines. Along with the renovations, an improved lounge area has also been added, with new furniture and several Apple computers. Subway Restaurant has been updated as well, and students are now looking forward to the full-service Dunkin' Donuts that will be added during the month of January.
Last month, the highly anticipated iPhone 5 was released. Our tech expert Anthony George has highlighted the major tech specs for the new device.
Back in early September, Apple released the next iteration of the iPhone 5. The redesign made the phone much sleeker and much more durable, using glass and aluminum to make the case. The new iPhone comes with many new features, including a faster processor, faster graphics, a 4-inch display that's 16:9, a sleeker new design, 4G LTE, iOS 6, and a new dock connector, which has caused some controversy among iPhone fans. Is the iPhone 5 really the best iPhone ever? And better yet, should you go out and buy one?
And joining us in the studio to answer those questions, we have our tech expert, Anthony George. Anthony, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Darcy.
So, Anthony, how long have you been using the iPhone 5?
So I pre-ordered the phone, so I got it the day it came out, so I've been using it for about 3 weeks now.
So what do you like about the phone?
I would say mostly about the phone, I like the large 4-inch display. It's a lot bigger than it was before, so you have a lot more room for extra stuff. The design's a lot thinner, a lot more sleeker. I think it's a lot more durable. They got rid of that glass back that it had. So yeah, I really like that about the phone.
So what don't you like about the phone?
I've been having some software issues with it, some random graphical glitches, nothing that's ending my use of the phone, but for the most part it's pretty good. Also, battery life was a little shaky in the beginning, but it seems to be getting better now as the more I use it. And yeah, so those were kind of my dislikes so far.
So there's supposed to be something new about the dock connection?
Yeah, so Apple had that big 30-pin dock connector for the longest time, and they decided to switch it with the new iPhone. Basically what that did was made it really small. It's reversible now, but some people have issues with that because any accessories or docks they had aren't going to work anymore without buying an adapter, and even then it might not work. So you really have to be careful and be aware when you buy the iPhone if your accessories are going to work with it.
So people have been said to have some problems with the camera. What can you say about that?
So the camera itself is basically the same as it was in the 4S, but they updated the lens that was covering it. And because they updated the lens, it's a new kind of glass. And if you can see in a photo here, when light shines through it in a certain way, you get this little purple hue at the top because light's shining through. I really haven't been able to have that happen without actually making it happen. So for me, it hasn't been that much of an issue. I think for some, it might be more of an issue just because framing up shots might not be the same. But for me, I physically have to make it happen. So it's not really a defect, it's just kind of a result of the better lens they added to it.
Well, that's some pretty useful information. What do you have for us next week?
Oh, so next week we're going to be going over some great headphone options and some speaker options for every price range and for whatever anyone wants.
Well, thank you for being here, Anthony.
Thanks for having me, Darcy.
Did you get a call from the coach about those kids who were caught drinking?
Not our guys. They know better.
Yeah, they know better.
Heads up, sport.
Real kids are curious about alcohol. 40% tried by the 8th grade. Talk early, talk often, get others involved.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Franz!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblums, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit americansforthearts.org.
Westfield State University has amended the fire safety policy after many students have reached out to Residential Life for further clarification. As of this past summer, all Westfield residence halls now have sprinklers, which allowed the building inspector to provide some latitude for the policy. As of October 4th, decorations including sheets, blankets, curtains, tapestries, and flags are now allowed, but with certain space restrictions. In an email sent to students, Dr. John Conlog, Executive Director of Residential Services and Campus Life, said that the amendment results in the ability to personalize your residence hall space while still preserving campus safety. The Westfield State University Film Society is a new club on campus that aims to put on screenings of classic and contemporary films for the entire campus. With a film showing at least once a month, brought to you by founders Adam Forziati and Brad Avery, requests can easily be made through the Westfield State University Film Society's Facebook page. All students and faculty are invited to attend meetings and screenings, so bring a friend, relax, and enjoy the show.
Westfield's Musical Theater Guild has been working hard to recreate their version of Legally Blonde the musical. Wilson Beblin gives us a behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming production.
Do you love Legally Blonde the movie? Then you sure would be interested in seeing Westfield State's Music Theater Guild's production of Legally Blonde the musical. We talked to the director of the production, Dan Monopoly, to learn more.
Legally Blonde is a great show that we're hoping will expose MTG to a wider variety of people on campus. It brought in a lot of new club members, and that's really what we were hoping for. MTG's production of Legally Blonde will be a little bit different than what most people have seen. It also gives us a good chance to take something that's well known and really put our own spin on it. Should be a very good production that will showcase a lot of new talent, and I'm very excited about it.
My name's Stefan Casparboza. I've been a member of this group since I first started my fall semester of 2008. This would be my 7th show, and in this show I play Emmett Forrest, who is kind of like a laid-back teacher, professor's DA, but just being in the show it's been really awesome. I love it so far. Rehearsals are great, dancing's great, everything's great about the show, but hopefully you guys will come and see it. It's going to be awesome.
We also asked Dan Monopoly, who's also the president of the club, what we could look forward to in the future.
Well, on November 30th, MTG is hosting its first ever holiday hootenanny. That's really just a kind of an event to kick off the holiday season. We will be having songs about the holidays, some holiday goodies, some hot chocolate and coffee. We'll also be having some alumni come back to perform. Also coming up on February 9th, we're having our 3rd annual NYC bus trip. We will be going to see Phantom of the Opera, which is the longest running Broadway musical in history. And tickets for that will be probably be going on sale sometime in December.
MTG presents Legally Blonde the Musical goes up October 25th, 26th, and 27th. For Whip City Weekly, I'm Wilson Bobin.
Now for the latest celeb gossip. Country pop superstar Taylor Swift has been hanging out in our very own Western Mass in the town of Deerfield. Sources say Tay-Tay's boyfriend Connor Kennedy is a junior at the Deerfield Academy and has been visiting him regularly at the school. She has been spotted at local eateries Adam's Donuts and the Lady Killigrew Cafe. As excited as locals are, they say they have been respecting the pop star's presence and they hope to see her again soon.
It's time now for This Week in History. This week, in 1931, mobster Al Capone was convicted of income tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in prison. In 1879, Thomas Edison invented a workable electric light at his laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. In 1989, the worst earthquake in 82 years struck the San Francisco Bay Area minutes before the start of a World Series game in the city. And in 2006, the United States population reached 300 million. And that's what happened during This Week in History. Well, that does it for this week's edition of Whip City Weekly. I'm Joe Meehan.
And I'm Darcy Fortune. Take care, Westfield.